Hello, welcome. Today we will play Destiny's Divide's tutorial because I am very curious what else in this genre. Destiny's Divide is a card game based on other card games like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. Let's see what innovations the developer could put into this game.
Welcome to the City of the Gods. Destiny's Divide is a turn-based game. You are only able to play cards and take actions on your turn. Each player is represented by a hero. Your main objective is to defeat your opponent by reducing their hero's health to 0. You can do that by attacking them with beings, spells, or abilities. Let's get started. Your main resource is energy. To play cards, you have to spend energy. A card's energy cost is shown in the top left corner.
Okay, it is like every other card game so far.
Players will start with 0 energy, but will gain 1 energy crystal per turn until they reach 8. In our game, energy possesses unique abilities called energy augments. You're currently using the fire energy augment.
Now this is something interesting that we don't have a generic mana pool, but we have this augments.
This energy augment deals automatic damage to your opponent at the end of your turn based on how much energy you don't spend. Play a card from your hand.
We have to play the only card we have in this tutorial, and it has some special abilities, but I think it's not important at this moment.
Beings normally can't attack on their first turn. However, Elas's passive speed ability allows him to attack immediately. Try attacking by left-clicking the Elas card and dragging it to the opponent's hero. Perfect. Some beings possess activated abilities. Elas's activated ability is Sting. It deals 3 damage to any target. Activated abilities can be used immediately and do not need to wait a turn to be used. They can be used once per turn. Right-click the Elas card and drag the arrow to the enemy hero to use the Sting ability. You have attacked, used your being's abilities, and spent your energy. You will need to wait until your next turn to take any new actions. Press the End Turn button to end your turn. This will also trigger your fire energy and deal 1 damage to your opponent. All cards have abilities, some offensive and some defensive. Your opponent has played Ozul, Golem of the South. This being has Guard, a defensive ability that prevents you from attacking their hero or their other beings.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most used basic abilities of the card games.
Cast a spell by left-clicking and dragging the destruction card out on the board until an arrow appears. Select Ozul as your target and release the mouse button to confirm.
It seems really strong, but it also needs 5 energy out of the 8.
Great, the golem has been destroyed. One of the strongest tools at your disposal is your hero power. You can use it once per game, so use it wisely. Matar, God of Power's hero power will double any being's power.
We are playing an early access game, so if some tooltips are not popping instantly, it is okay.
Use your hero power on Elas, the Manticore god, to double its power. Attack your opponent with the improved Elas. Don't forget to use Elas's activated ability by right-clicking it before ending your turn.
Okay, so now a normal attack and a right-click special attack.
End your turn. This turn we have left open 3 energy, which means our fire energy will now deal 3 damage to the opponent once we end the turn.
And my opponent will be only with 3 health for the next turn.
When your opponent is low on health, they will use defensive tools to survive. Magic Barrier is an aura. Auras are very powerful cards, but they will fade over time. This aura has a decay timer of 2, which means it will last for 2 turns. Magic Barrier prevents beings with 4 or more attack from attacking a hero. You will have to find another way to victory.
We are in a tutorial, so I guess there is a solution.
The Destiny's Divide arena consists of 3 main sections. the board, the shared board, and the heroic being. This is your heroic being. You may play this card at any time if you have enough energy.
So one of our cards from the deck has a dedicated space and we can use it anytime. It can bring interesting tactics to the game.
The heroic being card is chosen when making a deck. This card will be revealed to your opponent at all times. This is the shared board. It includes 2 cards from your deck and 2 from your opponent's deck. All cards can be played at any time by both players.
Now this is something interesting and it can give a twist to the game. And it looks like these can be beings and spells too.
Shared board cards are selected in the deck building process. Choose them wisely, as your opponent can use your own cards against you. Now use all the tools available to you to win the game.
Okay, where is the solution? We have a peasant, it is not enough. Here we have. This spell has the ability to attack 3.
Well, Shadow, what say you now?
So this was the tutorial and yes, it seems interesting, not just the average card game. There are the new type of cards like the aura effect cards, and as I've played some games, I realized that there are 2 types of aura cards, not just effects, but equipments for the hero too. The board is also interesting with this shared board part and with the heroic place for one of our cards. And when I've read that it is really a competitive card game for the competitive players, I was like, okay, but why? And now I see that we can have our tactics, but in the moment we see our opponent and we see our opponent's heroic card and we see what's on the shared board, we may have to switch our pre-made tactics. So it really can be an interesting game with many twists, not just before playing and how to build the deck. Yes, of course, it's very important, but everything can be changed in a minute when you see how your opponent plays. I've already created some decks, but I still have to learn a lot about the game and read many details on the cards, because it can be game changer to know your deck very well and use the combinations and use the synergies. Destiny's Divide is a free game, so I put the Steam link in the description below and you can try it for yourself. I'm sure I will play more with it, especially because it is still forming, it is still under development, so I'm curious what will it be at the end.